Assalamualaikum and very good morning. My name is Nabil Syakir bin Muhammad Ajid from 6C. Today, I will be presenting about approximate estimating in construction, an essential part of early stage cost planning that helps guide design, budgeting, and decision making. Approximate estimates. Approximate estimates, also known as preliminary or budget estimates, are early stage prediction of project costs. These estimates are made before detailed design or specification are completed using data from similar past projects, conceptual layouts, or unit cost indices. Now, let's take a closer look at the importance of approximate estimates in construction projects. First, we have feasibility assessment. At the earliest stage of a project, clients want to know, can we afford this? Approximate estimates give a quick cost overview to help determine if the project is financially viable. If the estimate too high, the scope can be reduced before investing time in full design. Second, there's resource planning. Even at the concept stage, project teams need to plan manpower, materials, and scheduling. Approximate estimates help allocate resources wisely and also guide cash flow planning to make sure funds are available at the right time. Third, we have stakeholder communication. Cost often the biggest concern in any project. This estimate allow client, consultants, and investor to be on the same page. It builds transparency and ensures everyone has the same financial acceptance from the start. And fourth, approximate estimate save time and effort. Instead of waiting for full architectural drawings, we can make quick budget decision early on. This avoids wasting time and money developing design that may eventually exceed the client's budget. Now, let's take a look at the purpose of approximate estimating in more detail. Firstly, feasibility assessment. Can the project be built within budget? Next, budget planning. Budget planning helps allocate funding across design, material, and construction. Next is decision support. Decision support helps decide whether to proceed, delay, or revise the project. Next is design guidance. Design guidance gives architect a financial boundary to work within. Next is funding and approval. Funding and approval critical for gaining approval from banks or government. Lastly, comparison of option. Comparison of option lets you compare costs for different design options. We continue with four methods of approximate estimating. There are four main methods of approximate estimating. Firstly, unit method. Next is floor area method, cubic content method, story enclosure method. Let's go through of this in detail. First method is unit method. This method multiplies the number of standard units like beds, room, or seats by the cost per unit. It's deal for repetitive project like residential house development, school classrooms, hospital wards, and hospital wards. This is example for unit method. A hospital with 150 beds at RM 75,000 per bed give an estimate cost of Rm 11.25 million. It fast and simple but doesn't reflect unique project elements. Now we continue with floor area method. This method calculates cost by multiplying total usable floor area by cost per square meter. Mostly, this method used for projects like office buildings, shopping malls project, and hotels and universities project. This is an example for floor area method. Example A: 1,200 meter square building at Rm 2,000 per meter square result in Rm 2.4 million. This method exclude external spaces like balconies. We continue with cubic method. This method multiplies the volume of the building, length times width times height, by the rate per cubic meter. This method best suit for warehouse project, multi-story car parks, factories and halls. This is our example for cubic method. Example A: warehouse with a volume of 1,750 meter cube and a rate of Rm 550 per meter cube gives a total of Rm 962,500. This method is more precise for large structure but involves more complex calculation. Lastly, we continue with story enclosure method. This method calculates cost based on the total vertical surface area of all walls and partitions multiplied by a unit rate. Story enclosure method mostly used for high-rise commercial buildings project, institutional buildings project, hospitals projects, and airports projects. It works well when floor-to-floor height varies and give a better idea of enclosed construction costs, especially in high-rise projects. Now, we continue with advantage and limitation of method. Each method has its own strengths and weaknesses. For example, unit method is simple and efficient but too generalized. Floor area method widely applicable but may miss unique details. Next is cubic method. Cubic method accurate for large volume but complex. Story enclosure method best for high-rise building but limited in detail. Now we continue with the calculation based on appendices 2. Here is a sample calculation using the floor area method. Total floor area is 1,437 square feet or 133.5 meter square. Rate is Rm 1,450 per meter square. Estimated cost is Rm 193,575 ringgit. This kind of quick calculation help client understand cost expectations on early. Now, let's explore the key factors that affect the accuracy and reliability of approximate estimating in construction. These are the elements that can influence whether our early cost predictions are close to the actual final cost. 1. Project size and complexity. The larger or more complex the project, the harder it is to estimate accurately at an early stage. A single-story house is easier to estimate than a hospital with specialized medical rooms, service, and equipment. More complexity often means more risk of cost variation. Second, design information availability. Estimates are only as good as the information they based on. If drawings or specifications are complete or unclear, estimators have to make assumptions which increases the risk of inaccuracy. The more detailed the design, the more reliable the estimate. Third, type of construction. The method of construction plays a big role. For example, using precast system may reduce labor costs and speed up the build, while conventional methods might take longer and cost more. Innovative construction methods can also affect how we calculate the estimate. 4. Location and site condition. Where the project is located can have a big impact on cost. Instance, remote or hilly site may need extra transportation or groundwork. Soil condition, weather, and access to utilities also affect how much the project will cost to build. 5. Material and labor costs. Local prices of building materials and labor rates can fluctuate. For example, steel or cement costs may go up due to market demand, and shortage in skilled labor can increase wages. This variation affect the estimate project cost. 6. Market condition. Finally, economic and market conditions can be ignored. Inflation, supply chain disruption, or changes in demand for construction can all push prices up or down. A booming market may lead to higher contractor pricing, while a slowdown might give more competitive rates. So, in summary, all these factors must be carefully considered during approximate estimating. Ignoring any of them could result in major cost overruns later in projects. To conclude, approximate estimating is vital for early stage cost planning. It guides feasibility, design, and budgeting. For main methods, unit, floor area, cubic, and story enclosure each serve different project types. The method must be chosen based on project needs, scale, and available information. Accurate estimating helps prevent delay, cost overrun, and poor decision making. Thank you for your attention. I hope this presentation gave you a clear understanding of how approximate estimating works in construction. Thank you.